Hello, this is Kylie J.N.S, and we are continuing with the chakra series. And we are on the last video of this series. I did it real quick in one day. We covered the chakras of the feet, the chakras of the hand, the chakras of the top of the head, and now we are doing the energy centers of the eyes, which is a little bit different than chakras, but nonetheless, it still relates to the topic that we were discussing regarding the energy points of the body. And so we are all familiar with, we talk about the third eye, the pineal gland. Like that's just a common thing that we discuss. I want to make sure that my sound is good. And we, we, we discussed that ad nauseum, about the third eye, the mind's eye, which is slightly located above and between the eyebrows. And so that is, the energy portal that connects us with our soul. A lot of us say that it's connected to the pineal gland, which is the seat of the soul, the seat of godliness within us, which is like, the connection to our higher consciousness, which gives us our ability to have our intuition, that gives us a doorway to other dimensions, um, and that allows us to even tap into even some of the spiritual gifts, such as like telepathy and whatnot. And so it gives us the third eye gives us that insight into the window of the astral world. This is something that we all pretty much are familiar with, and that is the actual location of the Ajna chakra, which we talked about earlier, which means the eye chakra. Okay, and it is in the center of the brain, in the third ventricle area. And so the third eye that serves as the energy portal that we all are aware of. And when that is open, we feel at peace with ourselves. We tap into our intuition. We tap into the beginning stages of enlightenment. And so I want to talk about like the other aspects of the eyes, called psychic eyes. Again, if you want more information on this, you can read the book Serpent Rising, the Kundalini Compendium, the world's most comprehensive body of work on human energy potential. That book is 600 pages long. It's extensive, and it talks about just the various energy levels in the body, from the minor chakras, major chakras, the Pangala and the nadis, from the masculine and feminine channels of the nadis. And so it's a pretty good work, I have to say. And so I want to talk about like the other aspects of the eyes. And as you can see in this picture, you have the third eye, fourth eye, fifth eye, sixth eye, seventh eye, and the crown. You also have your subconscious eye. And so the fourth eye, which we don't really talk much about, that allows us to comprehend the relationship between people on an astral level. And that's where we are also develop our beliefs in faith, in terms of like the concept of a God. That's allows the fourth eye allows us to comprehend that, and it allows us to understand the the primordial God, in a sense, and that's what builds our faith. The fourth eye, the fifth eye, that's right in the middle of the forehead, and that aids us in understanding universal truths and ideals, particularly from the collective unconscious. And so, this is how you understand archetypes. The fifth eye allows you to understand archetypes of the collective universal realm. So, this is really good for those that do like readings, that are clairvoyant. They usually have connection with the fifth eye awakening, and that allows you to have that understanding of truths, and downloads come through the fifth eye as well. You get a lot of downloads through the fifth eye, believe it or not. Those that seem to like channel, or they know things, or they say, oh, I got this information from the cosmic realm. or they're able to draw parallels between like uh, various schools of thought, or they're able to crack codes, understand codes. They can understand the intentions behind language, um, the potential, the intentions around encoded language. So sometimes you'll have people that will say that will speak in a certain manner that'll speak in a lot of code. For instance, Trump is a one that does that a lot. Believe it or not, President Trump, he will speak in a lot of esoteric code where those that's in the know can pick up one message, and those that are just the average American that's not really aware of anything, they will get that message. Who else is very good at doing this? Reverend Ike, believe it or not. He I think he's passed on now. But Reverend Ike, if you ever get your hands on some of his video clips on YouTube, he speaks in a lot of codes. He's actually an amazing teacher in the sense that he can speak to multiple levels of awareness and people, and people will get enrichment from it based on the level that they are at. And it is very hard to do that. And it's something I'm working on. And I really respect people that can do that. I admire it. And Reverend Ike is one that will give you, for those that spare the baby level, the baby levels, babies will understand it. Then you have souls, the older souls, the old souls, the ancient ones, advanced level. You can you'll take different things from a Reverend Ike message. He speaks in such a coded way where if you're very surface level, that's where it'll stay. But if you are willing to, he codes it, he say certain words, but you have to pick up on it, be like, okay, this man really knows some shit. He really knows some shit, and he's trying to give it to his people where he's not waking up, bamming them over the head, banging them over the head with high level knowledge where they not going to understand it. Like he does it where for those that are at that level, they'll get it. For those that are not, they'll take the conventional meaning of the words. And so the fifth eye really allows you to decode pretty well. And that's something that I have to say, when I brought up like Trump and Reverend Ike, I'm trying to think if anybody else does that. It's a lot of people that do that. um People that they'll talk in code. You have to pick it up. They'll say one thing, their intentions mean another. The fifth eye allows you to see that. They even have a whole language of that. They'll use English words, right? They'll use English words to tell a story. They'll tell a story and they'll have a different meaning behind the story of what they're saying. A lot of people do this. Michael Jackson was one. Obviously, a lot of celebrities, believe it or not, are very good at doing this. Kanye West is very good at doing this, or at least he was. Um, I think he still does. I think but he's more of one that's just going to tell you. He's at the stage now where he just going here. This is what it is. That's why I said he was, because now he just tell your ass what he think. We ain't code nothing no more. But a lot of times the celebrities have to code things to communicate with one another, and because of they're not allowed to give out like certain codes or whatnot, or say certain things to the public, so they'll code things. Michael Jackson is one hell of a coder. And so the fifth eye, nonetheless, the fifth eye, I don't want to get on the tangent. The fifth eye allows you to activate that higher mind into the creative thinking. And the fifth eye allows you to see your past lives as well. Okay. Well, so now let's move on to the sixth eye. As you can see, that's right above the fifth eye, obviously, and it functions to give you your true inner sight and understanding of your soul's purpose. That's where you get your downloads about your soul mission. It's a kind of auto-conscious in a way where you naturally have things that are encoded in you to understand your soul's purpose. This is where a lot of the permutations of probabilities to get your best, highest outcome for your higher soul purpose comes from your higher self, rather. This is the sixth eye. This is where the permutations and calculations, a big ass computer, auto conscious computer that calculates probabilities of the highest good for yourself. However, that looks like, that's one thing. That's one thing. But this is the area that does that. The sixth eye is responsible for that. Now I know they may not tell you that or whatever, but I'm just telling you as an intuit that that's what the sixth eye is above it. Yes, it gives you understanding of your soul's purpose, but it is the calculator that does the permutations to make sure that that outcome that aligns with the soul's purpose. And so it's very auto conscious. It's very super intelligent, very, very super intelligent. And you don't have to do much. This is where you start to get into the higher self. It's really it's connected to the universal Godhead, even if you're not aware of it. So then you have the seventh eye. That's right where the hairline is, and it's on the opposite side of the bindu. Opposite side. Remember the bindu is behind the crown, and that aids in your understanding of the totality and purpose of the universe as a whole. So this is where you start to understand uh, sacred geometry. You understand the purpose of the universe in terms of its capability, your mental processing, your potential, the potential of the universe. You even may understand universal phenomena as it relates to um, black holes and wormholes and quantum mechanics, various phenomena of light, invisible light, different things of that nature will come. The understanding of that comes through the seventh eye. When you talk about when we talk about the nature of electrons, the wave particles, and matter, is it a particle, is it matter, is it wave, all that shit, understanding, not just merely talking about it, but understanding of the machinations of how it works, even if you're not even if you don't have the language to articulate it, comes from the seventh eye. You can also communicate with angelic beings from the divine plane. Um, a lot of angelic realm. A lot of the creatures from the angelic realm can communicate through the seventh eye as well. And then seventh eye is paramount to the Kundalini transformation because it's the exit point of the Kundalini, the same as the Bindu. And so the Bindu acts like the funnel for the Kundalini when fully active and integrated. And so you want to clear blockages. If the seventh eye is blocked, then the Kundalini circuit uh, starts to wane and it can get shut off. And then your connection to like the spiritual and the divine energies of like the Godhead, you start to feel it lessen. And so all of these eyes undergo a transformation, and they undergo various levels of ascension and descension throughout time and space, depending on what your state of consciousness. And the fifth eye in particular is the command center of consciousness. It's not necessarily the third eye. Okay. And so I want to show you moving back up. Remember the Bindu is number 6 on this photo. That's the Bindu. So you can see where the Bindu is at, and then the eyes again. Okay. And then you see also the subconscious eye that is beneath the third eye at the bridge of the nose. And that is your primitive and basic living. That's your gut level feelings. So anything that relates to gut and intuition is also there as well as survival. And also it can contain the shadow aspect of ourselves as well. So that subconscious eye um, must also be purified because that's going to contain a lot of your childhood traumas as well, repressed shadows. But it does also have some psychic tendencies. It's not all negative because subconscious mind, that subconscious eye, does allow us to gives us energy to allow us to see that we are the true co-creators and masters of our mind, masters of our emotional body, masters of our reality. uh, the ability to discern that comes from the purification of the subconscious eye. Yeah. So, what are some ways to uh, detox? Like, such, I want to give you some things that maybe you can look into yourself when you have time, if you have time, if time permits, to where you can. I just want to. I'm gonna share my screen. I just want to. I'm just typing it up real quick. So for those that's like interested in, well, how do you manage the eye? Oh, this is a supplement. Let me see. You have to be careful of what you promote online. But I'll just share this. I used to take this a while back. I actually used to put this in my hair, and so here's 24 karat gold. It helps to decalcify the pineal gland and repair DNA, and so 24 karat gold um, is something that you may want to look into. You may want to look into from the spiritual sense. Okay, and so that helps purify the eye minds, not just the. I know they talk about the third eye, but it helps with all of the eyes. It helps with all of the eyes. Okay, and remember the frequency of gold is at 14 kilohertz and higher. Okay, that's the frequency of gold. And you can also play pure gold frequency. They have 316 hertz extreme frequency, that also sound alchemy. Instead of if you don't want to actually take the supplement of the gold, you could just play the just type in gold frequency, frequency of gold. Okay, everything vibrates at a certain frequency, and so you can look at the resonant frequency of gold. Resonant frequency of the gold, or you can take the supplements as well. I think they've got gold nanoparticles and radio field frequency effects of. I just want to share this real quick so you guys can at least see, like, okay, she's not just making shit up. Okay, so you see like gold nanoparticles and radio frequency field interactions, effects of nanoparticle size, charge aggregation, radio frequency, and ionic background. Oh, this looks excellent. In this study, we investigate experimentally the dependency of radio frequency absorption by gold nanoparticles on frequency charge of a liquid shell. Okay, and you have to remember, we are all vibrating at a certain frequency. We all are existing at a certain resonance. And so me telling you, like, okay, take this, me talking about like the gold, the 24 karat gold as it relates to the decalcification of the pineal gland itself. It shouldn't be far fetched. It shouldn't, it shouldn't be like, okay, what is you know, I think this is just common, very much, something that you could wrap your head around, hopefully. Oh, and so they have it sonically enhanced with 528 hertz, cleared and cleansed with sage, charged with shungite crystals. That's another thing. Other things that you can use. I used to take this as well. I wasn't really a fan of it, but I know a lot of the men. This is really good for men. I'll just say that. I won't get into oh, it's going to cure. I won't. I can't do that on YouTube. But Shilajit comes from volcano. And also like Himalayas, you have 85 trace minerals, right? Metabolism, skin aging, chronic disease, all these things will help with your eyes, your spiritual eyes. Shilajit, I had the tablets though. It's 85 trace minerals with fulvic acid. Very, very cool things. And also shungite. I used to drink shungite water. They have these crystals that you can put in the water. So you just put that in your water. You can leave it for a good 8 hours and then drink that water. You'll feel a difference too. You will. You will feel a difference. Yes, you will. It's got shungite crystal, or you can actually wear the shungite, but drink the shungite water. It helps with detoxification as well. You can get one crystal, it's one shungite, throw in your water. You leave it in there for 8 hours overnight. Make sure you put it overnight. And what you want is you want to get like mesh bags, like some type of, because you don't want to choke, right? And so if you can, like, they a lot of times they come with the bags. The company that I use. Let me see if I can find it. They had like the bag, like water friendly bag, so that you don't choke on the damn crystals. I don't think they're selling it. The one I used to use, it was a good one too. But it's like something like that, water for purification stone, and then like they had like a like just imagine like a tea bag, and you would put them in a tea bag or something like that. But it's like more of a stronger fabric, and you can drink that to help with your spiritual eyes. They're going to shadow ban this content. I mean, it's heavily powerful stuff that I'm sharing here. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But also, watch for fluoride. You guys know that fluoride is considered a neurotoxin by the EPA, I want to say, or FDA. EPA or FDA, one of them recently ruled that fluoride is considered a neurotoxin to the brain. It does close and calcify your pineal gland. That's been known for years. People have been trying to wake that up. Many people have tried to scream for the rooftops about the fluoride. So try if you can, possibly fluoride-free toothpaste at the least. I know a lot of people can't go and just redo their whole plumbing and piping and whatnot, but maybe perhaps even if you have a little more resources at your disposal, you can put the fluoride, get these filters on the showers and filters on the kitchen sink, and reverse osmosis systems. Let me type that in for you. I would give you a apartment friendly one. I had bought this some years ago. I never did use it though. I never did. I never. I don't know. I don't know, because the water becomes like a little hard with the reverse osmosis. Not hard, but it's like devoid of like minerals. So you may need to buy like a mineral. You could replenish the minerals in a reverse osmosis water. This is if you did tap. I think I just decided to go with spring. That's what it was. I just didn't want to bother with the tap water at all. That was my thing. But I'm not judging anybody. That I probably maybe reverse osmosis is a better thing. I don't know. But I know I bought one of these machines some years ago. And you see what I'm saying? Like they have the ones now, and they probably got some. I mean, when I bought mine, it was like almost 10 years ago, but they probably got some real cool ones on the market. Now look at this one. $209. And this is going to remove the fluoride as well. Like say if you don't want to do the bottle plastic thing and all that, this is a definitely a option for you. And then these are some of the more expensive ones. It's probably where you hook it up in the kitchen, but it will get rid of fluoride. It will get rid of various chemicals in the water. And then you probably have to remineralize the water. So they have things where they have like one of the filters most of the time now is one where you can put back the minerals. So it's not so, I forgot what they call it. It's not hard, but dry. It's not, I don't think it's hard or dry is the right word, but it's something where if you don't have any minerals, you can kind of feel it and taste it from what I've noticed. But this is an option, and it's not too expensive, like 169 to, I think you just have to buy the filters going, but the filters are what, $32 or something. You know what I mean? And so look at, they have different types of countertop reverse osmosis now. See, when I was getting into this shit, like 10 years ago, they didn't have none of this stuff. I'm telling you, like they had, these shit was like expensive as hell. They only had one, and it was real ugly and bulky. So they got some, I have to say, they got some pretty cool ones. I might look back into this again. Because they have different types of ways. People are doing rainwater. People are doing all types of things now. Filter out the rainwater and whatnot. Who don't want to be bothered with the fluoride. Wow, they had some pretty cool things out. See, this is the one I had. This is the one I had got. Yeah, that was the one I had. Or was it this one? It was one of them. I just remember. I mean, I can't quite remember, but it was one of them. Yeah, but you could put one in a shower. You can put one in a kitchen sink, and then for those that have the time and whatnot, and you figure that out. You put that one in the bathroom. Excuse me, blow my nose here. But that's going to help get rid of that fluoride, and you won't have to wash in it. You won't have to wash in it. You won't have to. Drink it. You won't have to brush your teeth with it. You'll have to wash your hair with it at the least. And if not, just focus on fluoride free toothpaste. And if you don't feel like buying one of these reverse osmosis things and hooking it up, or you don't know how to hook it up, then shit, stick with spring water, like lime water. Some people are moved on to rainwater. However you get it, however you want to do it. So very cool stuff. This is stuff to purify the third eye and the eyes, not just third eye, but all the eyes. And yeah, why it's hot, because they will be taking this stuff off the air because you guys are waking up too much. And yeah, it was a countertop reverse osmosis. I remember they had the Big Boss too. I think I had bought one of them Big Bosses too. Big, no, was it called Big? It was like a water filter that was. It was a water filter. Maybe it wasn't called Big. I know Big Boss is an air fryer. It was something with. Damn, what was it? It was this. It's not Big Boss. Damn. I had to go to Google because this was really funny. Me and my friend, like, we spent like hours researching these little things like some years ago. Dang, what was the name of that? Here we go. Berkeley, Big Berkeley. I knew it was Big Berkey. That's what it was. I knew it was something with big in it. It was called the Big Berkey. This is another one. I know they have some. They probably have some pretty cool stuff now. So yeah, the Big Berkey also removes fluoride as well. Big Berkey. They're a little more expensive though. You might want to get a Big Berkey to decalcify. If that's something that is of interest, a lot of people, they are not into the spiritual kick or whatever. They have their things. They think it's this. They think it's that. They don't realize they under a 24/7 uh, spiritual warfare. They don't realize that they're putting fluoride as a neurotoxin in the water for a reason. It's literally to make you dumber, um, to close off your connection to your spiritual self as well. And so if people say that's conspiracy, I mean, we've been trying to wake this up. Eventually, you guys will see it, but it is what it is. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Now, some teachers, they believe they can make you drink that motherfucking water. All they if you take that horse's head and jump on its head and put it down in that water, they gonna drink it. And force their mouth open. Sometimes you can. There are some teachers that are like that. There's some that are like that. And what's happening now is it's not so much you need a physical teacher to do that, like a teacher in the flesh to do that. What will happen with the human race is that God herself is going to force you to drink the water. That's what's happening today. If you haven't realized, we talk about you could bring the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Well, what's happening with God, with the primordial Godhead, is your head is getting forced in that motherfucking water anyways. Nobody got to do it. Nobody, because it is time. And that's why you see people trying to wake things up, people, awakening fast, because they're being forced to, through the elements and through the circumstances in their individual lives, necessitating change on an individual level. And so that's where we're at. And so we're going to end that here on that note, and I'm going to share my links for for you to get a reading if you're interested. I'll share that. You can call, or you can schedule on my website, or we can do a live chat. It's up to you. It is up to you. You can get a spiritual reading on Etsy, or you can book on my personal website. I prefer my website, but either conduit is good. And I also want to put the link in for my books. I have published 18 books. I'm working on my 19th book. I can't wait to get that done. It was a banger, very esoteric topics, history, self help, spirituality, sociology, scholarship, academia, you name it. I publish books in every field. That's just how I roll. That is just how I roll. Where's my, where's my NAC University? And I'll share my Tut language course. I really like this course that I designed for Black Americans. You guys can see the enroll in a Tut language course or any other courses on NAC University. But I have some courses for Black women on there as well. So I'll be back. We'll do the weekly tarot reading. And so I will see you guys soon once again. Talk to you later.
Are you ready for a mesmerizing linguistic journey? Step into the enchanting world of Tut language, an invaluable part of Black American heritage. Delve deep into this unique language where every word resonates with the rhythm of a resilient culture. Explore thoughtfully designed lessons that unravel the linguistic intricacies of Tut, from pronunciation variations to regional influences. Engage in interactive language games like word matching and pronunciation challenges that will deepen your understanding and sharpen your skills. Dive into live Tut bingo, historical and cultural role-play scenarios, and weekly open mic sessions featuring Tut music and poetry. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to celebrate culture and embrace language. Enroll now and start your Tut language adventure. Enroll now, receive 3 free Tut language books, thoughtfully created by colleague J.N.S. It's an invaluable addition to your learning experience.